That's the main reception and the guest services help desk. One thing to note there is you've got an online check-in, so if you check in online before you come, which you should get an email for, it's much quicker to check in. There's an online check-in desk and the queues can get quite big when you get the coaches coming in, so that would be a top tip. We didn't do that and we probably should have. There is a cash machine in the resort. Remember, always try and keep it in your local, in their local currency, not yours. There's always extra charges for that. Some toilets. And as you can see, they've got lots of nice seating areas. It's quite tropical up here. It's a lovely little layout, and there's loads of these little seating areas spread out all across this main building. What you'll see pockets of around is there's lots of little self-service stations. That one there's for hot drinks, and there's one just behind here for beers and cold drinks, that's juices, sodas, which is quite handy because these bars can get quite busy at peak periods. This is one of the little bars. This is one of the in-resort shops, which they change the windows every day. You see they work really hard at keeping it all nice and clean. Oh. This is the main stage area. They have quite a lot of events. They put football games, all sorts of things on the TVs. They usually have loads of seats out here. Today they're removed because this evening is the Riu party. So it's a big party event. They do a neon party or a white party. This evening it'll be a white party, as you can see. I'll try and get some video footage of that later. That's one of the other bars. Brava bar. There's another bar just here. So there are quite a few bars scattered around, but they don't really have many staff on them, and they do get very busy. Inside here is a sports bar. I'm not going to take you inside, but they've got a pool table, foosball table, a few sports screens. You can't hear any volume on the screens. Taking you down to the main buffet restaurant. So this is the main restaurant. So they got one main buffet restaurant and 3 other restaurants that you can book. 2 of those are buffets and one of them is a gourmet a la carte. This one here is the Asian, it's called Kazumi. It's an Asian buffet style restaurant. Just to give you an idea, all the different languages of roughly what they serve. Now taking you down the right side as you come out of the main building. As you can see, these are all the apartments. So they're all fairly spread out on the left and the right side of the main entrance. You can pay extra for the swim up rooms. I believe it's about €80 a night. We didn't do this, but you do get some nice swim up facilities. The rooms are very similar from what we've seen because we did have a quick look inside one. You just got the extra little pool there outside. I'm taking you through the first block. It's the same principle on the left and the right in terms of accommodation, they're just mirrored. See, they go all the way along the top down the second side. The reason I've come down the right side is because on the left it's just accommodation, on the right there is, between the two sets of accommodations, a spa and wellness centre, which is basically a spa facility and gym. I will try and take you in there, but it can be quite busy this time in the morning in the gym, so I don't want to upset anybody videoing them if they don't want it. We have had a treatment here. The massages are pretty good. If you do like a firmer massage, it's definitely worth letting them know that. There is a steam room in each of the changing rooms, so you can't do what you partner, but there are male and female facilities. We're at the spa now. This is an area you can come and sit to relax at the spa. You've got a few sun lounges and a couple of little jacuzzi pools. We've not used these yet, so. Just to give you a rough idea of distance, that's the main building right there. That's where the buffet restaurant was that I pointed out. And here in the centre we have another, this is the beach buffet restaurant where you can get breakfast, lunch and a late snack. It's definitely not the same quality as the main restaurant, but if you are at the beach and you just want to grab something quick, certainly the lunch here is not too bad. Hola. So there's 5 pools at the resort, and there is one splash park, which is like a little water park, which I'll take you up to later. But this first one, which is near the lunch buffet restaurant, is what I would call their sports pool, where you do water polo. So they have activities going on in this pool quite regularly. They have scuba divers doing their pre-dive checks. Take you back down the right side. You get towel cards, so you get a towel card per guest, and there's these little huts. There's one on the left and one on the right as you come down. You exchange them for towels. Riu Art Studio, so if you like a bit of art activities, they do have various activities on throughout the week, as you can see there, from watercolours, painting, acrylic workshops, and a couple of other things that you can do. So if you're into that sort of stuff, it's pretty cool. Now the main pools are mirrored on the right and left. So the first pool you get is like what I would call a lounger pool. So they've got some ceramic loungers built into the pool. Very relaxing. Probably a little bit quieter in the pool, but all these pools, we're here fairly early, all these pools get filled up. All these loungers get filled up. And on the right side, it's a pool with a swim up bar. And just behind it, another one of the little restaurants which they call Pepe's Grill. They're little snack grills. It's barbecue type food, so ribs, chicken, chips, burgers, hot dogs. And again, you've got some ceramic lounges in these ones. Some little tables, some stools that you can sit on. Bar and around the bar. Again, there's another bar where the snack. So you've got the bar there, and just on the other side is where you have the snack grill. So they cook all the food and stick it in those little counters you can see, which cover it from the flies, because you do get a few flies around here. And that's the same on the other side. So those 2 pools are duplicated exactly the same on the other side. Just because it's such a large resort, I think it's over 900 rooms in this resort. It was last refurbed in 2022. Now there's a little, it's not really a promenade as such, but there's a walking route all the way down the path there to the splash park. If you continue on that, it takes you to the hotel, which is right next door, which is the Riu Palace, which is more of a family resort. A couple of access access points to the beach. This is the first one. They always have these with security guards. Although I will say it's fairly safe here. There's no real crime, serious crime in Boa Vista. Hola. They run some soccer, and they also do, I don't know if you can see it in the distance there, but there is a volleyball net that they do as well. They play, I think here, they play French bowls. I've not played that yet, but I'm pretty confident that's what they were playing. I'm just walking you over towards the dive centre. This way you do water sports. You can book some tours and stuff here as well. There's various ways of booking tours through your travel agents. To your on site, they have their own. One of the good things to do with tours, if you can, is try and book locally. It gives more money to the local people, and there isn't a lot of money on this island, so that can be really helpful. It's definitely a different type of, if you're into your water sports. I did do some scuba diving whilst I was here, and those boats you can see there are what you go out with all your kit in. So I've never done it on those before. It's always been motor yachts previously, so it's a little bit different, but quite authentic, and it was good fun. We dived on a shipwreck. There's quite a lot of tropical fish around. You can book scuba diving, snorkeling, quad biking. They got various. There are some kayaks and little paddle boats you can take out. This is the local beach of the resort. If you walk out to the right, it's probably about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how quick you walk. You go up to the city of Boa Vista, which is called Verde. There are a couple of little shopping huts and bars that you can stop at along the way. And again, if you go down to the left, it really is mostly beach, but there are some bars and restaurants and little huts where people sell stuff along the way as well. It's all very nice. The people are very nice. They have lifeguards on the beach, and you'll see they flag the beach. It's quite often red flagged. This is a very windy area, and you get a lot of cross currents, so it's quite dangerous to swim in. So you do need to bear that in mind. And if you are someone who wants to be swimming in the sea a lot, then you might be better to pick a different resort. Plenty of sun loungers all across the beach. But it is a very beautiful beach. One of the things that you can book is a horse riding excursion, which we booked. Fabulous. They bring you onto this beach with the horses, take you down through the dunes. You come with the horses are much further down, but it's the same beach. It's very beautiful. This is the flags I was telling you about. It is red flags at the moment, which means that they recommend you don't swim. Plenty of loungers. It's unlikely you wouldn't be able to get a lounger here on the beach, certainly. We've always done stuff in the morning and come to the pools a bit later in the day. Never had a problem getting loungers, but they are always very busy, and you do have to have a little bit of a look around for them. But as you can see, it is approximately their time, 8:42 in the morning here, and there's plenty of loungers around at that time. So no need to get up at 6 for your tail on a lounger. It's a volleyball court, so I was telling you about. So they do a lot of these activities in that sports pool as well. Also behind the sports pool is like a little stand where they do fitness, so you do yoga, dancing lessons, fitness classes. I'll take you in through the other entrance. I'm not going to show you the pools again because this is exactly the same, just on the other side. But I will take you down to the splash bath. That's the other cafe grill, bar pool. In the distance you can probably see the other pool that's duplicated. I don't want to disturb people too much, so. So you can see the little water park that they've got. There is a kids section that's really for the Riu Palace guests, which if you look at the pillars in the distance, that is the start of the Riu Palace. We can't get in there because we only have vans for our hotel. In fact, we've just been told by security that you have to be a Riu Palace guest to get into the kids section anyway, which makes sense because that is a family resort. There's some lounges here. These lounges are always free, so if you can't get a lounger and you want something different, you can see there's lots of slides. Looks pretty fun. We've not tried this yet, but we definitely will. Just so you've got an idea of the bearings, that is the middle Las Dunas, which is the lunch beach buffet restaurant. Probably about 2 minutes from the beach to here and another 2 minutes back to the main area, so not very far at all to get around. There is a ramped entrance to the main reception building, as you can see here. One thing to note in the accommodations, if you are not on the ground floor, there are no lifts, so everything has to be taken upstairs. The porters take your cases, but you can take your own. We took our own. We felt a little bit guilty that they were carrying so many cases up all those flights of stairs that we were on the top floor, so we took ours. That ramp takes you back up to the main reception with the tropical entrance where we started the video. We're now heading back to the main buffet restaurant. Before we go there, this is one of the other restaurants you can book. It's called Toscana. It's an Italian restaurant. It is buffet style again, but very nice. I've eaten here a couple of times. So as you leave the Italian, you head back towards the main buffet. So the main buffet, as you can see, so you enter and go left here, and there's a central door that you can go through. But before we go in there, I'm just going to show you the other restaurant you can book. It's called Culinarium, I believe. It's an a la carte. It's a sit-down meal, a la carte. There's only a small selection from the menu. So here's a copy of the resort map, just to give you an idea of the layout of the resort. You arrive and come in the reception, which is just here. That's the main building that we took you through. And as you can see, you've got the resort rooms as 2 blocks on the left and 2 blocks on the right. And then the main building, you've got the reception, the shop, multiple bars with some really nice seating areas. You've got the big Riu stage, which is where they put all the shows, performance, live music. They have a TV screen that they put out sometimes with football. We're here during the Euro tournament, so that's all been displayed on those screens. Downstairs in that main building, you've got the main buffet restaurant, the gourmet restaurant, and the 2 Italian and Asian restaurants, which are buffet style. On the right side over here was where we walked and showed you the spa and the gym. And then this middle section is where the beach buffet restaurant is. And then as you can see from there, the first pool in the middle is the sports pool. And then mirrored is the sort of lounger pools, and then the swim up bar pools with the grill, Pepe's grill attached to those. And then on the very left as you walk down is the splash park. So not a massive resort, it's a good size and very easy to get around, and you know, it only takes a day to really get your bearings. On the front where the beach is, as you can see the football courts, the volleyball courts. They do French bowls down there as well, all the parasols, plenty of parasols on the beach, and the dive centre where you can also book some activities. So that's the resort. So here is a typical room at the Riu Karamboa. I'll start off by taking you into the shower and bathroom. So double sinks, nice shelf at the bottom there, which is quite handy. Double mirrors, hairdryer, tissues, toilet is over the left, and then a nice shower. Inside the shower you do have is a hair and a body wash. A fridge. Inside the fridge you do get soft drinks, water, tonic and beers. There is champagne in there, but that did not come with the room. You've got tea and coffee facilities, more water, and you also get rum, vodka, gin and whiskey in the room. So it's a huge bed. That they are twin beds, and I have to say, of all the hotel beds I've ever slept in, they are not the most comfortable, but they're bearable. Plenty of storage, chest of drawers, little sofa, nice good sized wardrobe with plenty of hangers, which is rare, and a safe. Now this balcony does overlook the desert, not the resort. We did request that because we wanted it to be in the back of the resort in a quiet area. But as you can see, it's a nice sea view. Get a couple of chairs and a little area there for your clothes. Now that parachute there, if you walk up the beach, take a right, there is a kite surfing school just up there. So if you do fancy trying a bit of kite surfing, you can head on up there. And that's the room.